Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. As you can see from the Slon and the Luminark here, we are indeed back with another 2v2. This is in fact a tournament 2v2 with myself and Lore Master of Sotek taking on Team Herbert Walker. So let's go ahead and take a look at the army compositions. This is being fought in Turin's King of the Tomb Invitational 2v2 tournament. So he's going to be casting this game on his channel eventually, but we fought it today, and I figured you guys would be interested to watch this now before the wider audience gets a chance to see it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the army compositions. I've gone full meme here, so we've got Balthazar Gelt on a horse with Final Transmutation, Arcane Conduit, and Staff of Olens, of course, for all the extra magic. We've got Double Witch Hunter out on the flanks of the Lizardman formation. We've also got a Luminark of Hysh, in fact the Templehof Luminark, which I featured just in my last video. Very good at sniping out characters, so we've got a lot of character killing power. In addition, this high Slon here is also carrying Arcane Unforging, which again is very good versus a single combatant, more single target damage. We've also got a Carnosaur here with the Saurus Scarvet atop it, and the Royal Altdorf Gryphites as well. I've also got a unit of Spearmen, one unit of Reichsguard here with 3 Pistoliers. We've also got 2 more Reichsguard here, one of which is the Zintler's Reichsguard, of course. In terms of Sotek, he has brought the infantry composition for the most part. He's got a mix of Skinks and 3 Saurus Warriors with 2 more Skink cohorts with Javelins out towards the flanks. Single unit of Temple Guard protecting the Slon in the center. He's also got a Refication Crystal, 1 unit of Skink Skirmishers. Skink Chief up in the sky with a unit of Pterodon Riders, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we're going to be facing up against Vampires and Chaos, so let's take a look at the Vampires army first. Vlad von Karstein on foot. We've also got a Corpse Car with Unholy Lodestone, a unit of Sternsmen here with a Graveguard with Great Weapon, looks like 1 unit of Crypt Horrors, 2 units of Crypt Ghouls, we've got some Zombies, 4 units of Skeleton Spears, Claw of Nagash, 2 units of Hounds. Let's see, we've also got some more Zombies and Crypt Ghouls over on the far side. We've also got 2 units of Chaos Halberds here, 2 units of Chaos Halberds over here, 1 more Graveguard with Great Weapon here also, and then for Chaos we've got 4 Marauder Horsemen here with a couple of Hounds, a Shadow Sorcerer, and Kolek, and another Shaggoth. So definitely a very scary Chaos army. Let's look at the spell loadout here for the Sorcerer before we really get things rolling. Enfeebling Foe and Melkos, Mystifying Miasma on that guy. And if we go ahead and take a look at old Vladdy Daddy here, trundling on foot across the battlefield, looks like he's carrying Invocation of Nehek and Raise the Dead. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off this epic 2v2 clash. Lizardmen and Empire up against the forces of darkness with Chaos and the Vampire Counts joining forces. First things first, we're going to pull up on station with these Pistoliers here and start opening up some shots into these Crypt Ghouls here. They will do some immense damage to these Crypt Ghouls, so they're going to want to pull back before too long. You can see already dropping about 5 unit models there. And we're also going to be, since our opponents have kind of deployed most of their infantry in this pocket here, I'm going to be pulling up and around. We're going to get Sotek set up more or less like right here and kind of deploy in support of him. We've also got the Saurus Scarvet, of course, supporting these Reichsguard. Should be relatively potent. Looks like these Pterodon Riders are going to be flying overhead to do some early skirmishing. There's not really too much here besides the Marauder Horsemen that can skirmish back. So getting some Fire Leech Bolas in on those Crypt Horrors earlier. I did fail to mention those are in fact Fire Leech Bola Pterodon Riders. Skink Chief himself also getting some nice damage in. We're trying to get the Luminark in an appropriate firing position. We did pop up 1 shot so far on the Shadow Sorcerer, but it was a clean miss, so far nothing. You can see our opponents just kind of pushing up through this flat ground here, not wanting to take an unfavorable engagement in this kind of crater here from that huge warpstone comet that fell from the sky there. Not really committing too much to an engagement here, just kind of continuously falling back. You can see the Marauder Horsemen have pulled up on station and are going to be dealing some damage to that Skink Chief. A little bit unfortunate there. The Fire Leech Bolas, meanwhile, looks like I'm not sure who they're firing at. Any of these targets would be relatively appropriate here, but actually doing some okay armor-piercing damage to those Chaos Warriors with Halberds here. Likewise, these Pistoliers aren't going to do the most damage to the Chaos Warriors, but, you know, through volume of fire, we'll be able to kind of poke at them a little bit here and there. and it should be pretty decent. You can see Sotek's got his infantry line kind of set up right here, ready to meet our opponents, and I'm bringing up my cavalry and supporting forces. No accusations yet, no you know, allegations of heresy or anything like that. Soul Quench, interesting. I don't get to see that spell too often, but going down, hitting those Grave Guards, doing some pretty decent damage, all things considered. And we are getting the mainline engagement underway. You can see skeletons pulling up in range. We've got zombies already breaking the charge of some of those skink cohorts. Saurus going to be charging in the front line here, getting straight into those enemies. You can see the Luminark just popped off a shot, made some solid contact with the Claw of Nagash, did about half his HP in damage, so we're already starting to get some solid work done with that Luminark, exactly what we need to. Blocking those hounds with the skink cohorts with javelins there, and then we're immediately going to pull in these Reiksguard for some support, so Reiksguard Knights coming in support of the adorable skinks here, going to be helping to crumble those Dire Pack and the hounds there. Gary, the Revification Crystal, just kind of chilling on station as well, helping to support this mainline engagement as these Skinks and Saurus battle it out with skeletons. For the most part, they'll do very well, although that Claw of Nagash is going to be draining their HP somewhat. Seeing as Kolek and his big scary goon squad are coming around the ravine here, I decided to pull my Reiksguard up to the high ground to get the support of this Saurus Scarvet as well. Looks like the Blood Statue out of Spite going down there on the Chaos Warriors with Halberds. Pretty decent so far. The Chaos Warriors with Halberds are pushing through a little bit on the far side, but are going to be caught up hopefully by the Skinks, and we're just continuing to press the advantage there with the Pistoliers as well. Shield of the Old Ones being dropped with a beautiful banishment there in the center, doing a ton of damage on some of those pockets here, units here in this pocket. Clean miss there from the Luminark, but so far have been able to get some hits. It's not been the best. We've used about half the ammunition so far, and we've done a ton of damage to this Claw of Nagash. We're going to be switching now to this Corpse Cart. You can see, though, the Dragoon Squad, Kolek's big, scary force coming in from the far side. They decide not to commit to an engagement here just because there's the Royal Althorcriphites and Zintler's Reiksguard and so on. We are going to hit them with an accusation, though. You can see the accusation's already gone down, and Balthazar Gelt himself is going to be trying to turn Kolek into a giant statue rather than a Shaggoth, so going to be dropping that final transmutation here. Balthazar Gelt, where is he? Well, I want to definitely watch as he casts this. Oh, it looks like he already got it off. Never mind. But now going to be pulling up these two reserve units of Reiksguard to kind of start cycle charging into this pocket here. Well, we did get the Royal Althorcriphites onto Kolek, and with the single target nuking here that he's taking, and the Saurus Scarvet also coming in, Kolek is in a really bad position. You can see he's taking a ton of damage and is going to be routed off pretty much right away, so very rough situation for Kolek. This other Shaggoth is going to turn around and do some damage to the Saurus Scarvet, but we've got spears on station, Royal Althorcriphites. We should be able to drag down this Shaggoth here without too much trouble. You can see the Reiksguard getting a really nice charge here, sending those Chaos Warriors flying down into the ravine here. This Temple Guard is also racking up the kills rapidly. They have started with triple silver chevrons, 33 kills so far. You can see the Reiksguard cycling in and out of this pocket a little bit. They are going to take some damage here, but not too many units that can deal with them effectively. The throwing axes will definitely do damage, though. Some really nice play from the Chaos player there. Kolek did come back from routing. He's very low, though. He's going to have to be careful. I've got that Witch Hunter in a very nice position to be able to shoot at him if I need to. Looks like the Witch Hunter is currently shooting that other Shaggoth, but yeah, buddy, you're shooting the wrong target, man. Anyway, it should be all good. You can see the Slans floating around, not too worried at this point, although we do have a little bit of a break in this center pocket here. These Reiksguard are kind of holding back this pocket, and these Reiksguard have also taken a lot of damage from those Chaos Warriors with Halberds, so that both of these units are going to rout away. We should be able to pull them back, though. Meanwhile, over on this side, the Reiksguard that was over here got more or less inundated. We were able to take down that Corpse Cart with the Luminark. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that for you guys, but we're now going to be trying to extricate the Luminark from these Warriors with Halberds here. You can see the Witch Hunters also popping off shots. Going to be getting some nice kills on those Chaos Warriors with Halberds here. And yeah, so far so good. We're relatively secure in this pocket, although over here you can see Kolek does actually go down from the combination of another Arcane Unforging and another Accusation, so he goes down. Now we're going to get Vlad surrounded by the Royal Althorcriphites here, and he's going to start to take a lot of damage. Apotheosis being used by Sotek there to help heal up these Royal Althorcriphites. A very good synergy teamwork here to try and wear down Vlad. Vlad is very tanky, though. Make no mistake, He himself is going to use an Invocation of the Heck to heal himself, and he's also got his base regeneration, going to be very hard to take down. You can see the Saurus Scarvet has taken a lot of damage from these Chaos Missiles here. It's probably going to be routed off relatively shortly. Slon, though, is still relatively healthy, as is Balthazar. We've got some of the Reiksguard rallied in the center pocket as well. Relatively healthy all through the center here, and going to be routing off some of these Cryptors with the combined might of the Pistoliers, and that Luminark just took out 3 of those guys, so man, very impressive. Those guys are crumbling now, and yeah, we should be able to finish them off with the last of the Pistoliers here. So we're going to be taking the Luminark around and starting to pop off some shots over on the Claw Nagash over on the far side, so way across on the other side of the battlefield. Let's see if we're able to make solid contact. And the shot goes, let's see, and a solid hit there right on the Claw Nagash. Again, doing about 50% of its HP damage, give or take. I guess it was already at its healing cap, so not quite that much, but this Witch Hunter, unfortunately, has got cut out a little bit here with these spears. Probably going to get taken off the battlefield. That being said, though, he's dropping that accusation. You can see the balance of power starting to creep more and more in our favor. Balthazar still very healthy. Another upgraded Invocation helping to heal these guys in the center pocket. Royal Arthrophytes are still fighting Vlad in here. He's managed to get some criticals and other things up here for support, but Vlad's definitely not having a good time. It's just a matter of time before we get enough accusations, another single target damage to take Vlad down. We're bringing these Pistoliers and the other Witch Hunter around to do some damage. You can see a regrouped Reiksguard as well coming in for a nice rear charge here, helping out these Pterodon Riders, going to be riding through some of these Skeleton Spearmen. Very cool cinematic battle. And yeah, at this point, we're relatively confident. The balance of power's in our favor, but it's still relatively close. You can see if we're not able to take down that Mortis Engine, it is going to be able to drain out a lot of the troops in this pocket. Another Apotheosis going down, helping to heal up some of those Reiksguard, but they are going to get routed off by that Claw Nagash, unfortunately. That being said, you can see Vlad's getting very low. We dropped another accusation on him, so let's see if that's able to finish him off. Vlad's coming through here. We have Luminarks is out of ammo, so we brought it into melee, but Vlad at this point is very, very low. It's a dangerous situation for him. That didn't quite finish him off, though. It looks like there's still maybe some time left on his accusation. So there it ran out, and he's not quite finished off yet. Luminark getting routed off, unsurprisingly. Just kind of throwing it in, honestly, at this point. But the Claw Nagash only has 40 armor, so it is going to take quite a bit of damage from these Pistoliers. Our opponent's wisely pulling away there. That being said, the Slon is still relatively healthy, and Slons are not complete pushovers in melee. I mean, they do have okay-ish melee stats. They, at the very least, with the Aura of Pretzels, have pretty solid melee defense and magic attacks, so there's something going for them. More Shield of the Old Ones here, just helping to protect from that Mortis Engine drain. Very strong in this particular matchup to be able to have that magic mitigation to just mitigate the effectiveness of that Mortis Engine. But you can see at this point the Witch Hunters fighting in this pocket, just chopping up some zombies and Graveguard here. We've got the Pterodon Riders fighting as well, and the Mortis Engine, as usual, is freaking out and being very, very loud. We're just about used up all the ammunition on these Pistoliers. Chaos Sorcerer is going to come in on Balthazar. Honestly, the Chaos Sorcerer is probably more than a match for Balthazar. He's got better combat stats, heavier armor, and just overall, Balthazar does not want to take that one-on-one. We've got some more regrouped Reiksguard going to be coming in here, helping rout off some of these Chaos Marauders here that are pinned up against my Pistoliers. So yeah, at this point, it's pretty well in our favor. It's still relatively close. The Claw Nagash just went down now, and at that point, I think we're pretty much secure now. We just need one more accusation to finish Vlad off, and then that should be it. And indeed, that accusation does go down here, so Vlad trying to screen out with these zombies here from those missiles, but he's on a timer in terms of that accusation. As soon as that ticks enough times, he is going to go down, and there he goes. So with Vlad down, that is going to finish off what's left of the leadership, and all the vampire units will start to crumble for the most part. Another really nice charge coming in from the Reiksguard on the side here, just impacting those Graveguard, and the Luminark itself doing a little bit of impact damage here. I mean, it is a chariot, but that Slon also doing that little Kamehameha blast. Actually, I think that was a Soul Quench, just point blank. Very cool stuff. At this point, it's really just the Sternsman fighting here, and the Chaos Sorcerer as well, battling this Witch Hunter. The Witch Hunter surrounded by Marauder Horsemen and the Chaos Sorcerer, but he fears no Chaos Evil. He's going to continue to just get stagger locked and occasionally get an attack animation there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just fast forward through this cleanup phase here, because it is pretty much over at this point. We're just going to recharge with these Reichsguard here, and once those Marauders are routed off and once the Shadow Sorcerer is gone, that's going to be it. So very well played to Herbert Walker and his opponent, or sorry, his teammate here, Dark Ark. So very well played to both you guys. It was a super fun battle. Let's go ahead and take kind of a look at the army breakdown here. In terms of my army, the Gelt and the Witch Hunters did their job in taking down the Chaos Lord. They also, you know, helped take down Vlad, and just overall did a ton of damage, a lot of work, especially this Witch Hunter. 81 kills, very impressive. Reichsguard did their jobs, 99, 70, and 136, all performed very well. The Royal Altdorf Griffites kind of got caught up in heroic fights, so they didn't get a whole lot of kills, but they were able to help deal with Kolek and Vlad, so I would say that they definitely paid themselves. Likewise, Tempelhof Luminark took out that corpse cart, did a ton of damage to the Claw of Nagash as well. So very good stuff. The Pistoliers also kind of clogging up that flank and doing some decent damage overall, all things considered. Lord Master of Sotek, the Slon, 215 kills with those banishments, 295 on those Temple Guards, with the Chevrons just absolutely just cutting up those vampire units. They really had no answer there. 100 kills on the Saurus, 143, 101, 116 on Skink Cohort. They must have come in contact with some zombies at some point, but very impressive kill totals. You can see the Lore Master did most of the work at cutting through the Vampire Counts player. And yeah, 67 kills with the Rev Crystal, pretty decent. 50 on the Fire Leech Bolas and an XP Chevron, so they definitely paid themselves off. In terms of the Carnosaur here, obviously helped deal with Kolek. For the Vampires, 186 kills on the Claw of Nagash is really the brightest spot. I mean, they brought a really wide army that kind of got cut up a little bit by the more elite tier Lizardmen. That being said, 186 kills is pretty legit on that Claw of Nagash. In terms of Herbert Walker himself, Kolek getting gooned was really rough for him. Otherwise, his infantry did very well. The other Shaggoth was able to get a few kills and an XP Chevron there against the Royal Altdorf Griffites, but at the end of the day, losing Kolek so early on, I think, was very decisive for them. You can see Herbert Walker only brought a few infantry and brought more of the mobile force for the team. And, you know, they definitely did very well. Both of our forces are super tattered. Ended up being a very close battle, but in the end, we were able to finish off Vlad and take it home. So, very well played to our opponents. I'm going to be bringing you the rest of the series very soon, so stay tuned for that. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Yeah, we'll keep it coming with more Total War Warhammer 2 content every single day, so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.